Okay. For whatever reason, my camera is down for the week, so you won't see me, but I definitely thank everybody for tuning in to this episode of our real estate webinar that we do. We're doing this every Wednesday, so please tune in either live, right? For the people that are part of our customer and part of our list. You get an invitation and there's a link to show up and to participate live. But we're doing this every Wednesday, so everybody tune in live or check in when you can. Please hit the notification, subscribe. That way you can know for when we upload new videos. So in the email, had a couple of things we want to go over for this session. It's basically, we're going to kind of try to focus on lead management a little bit. So with that topic at hand, there is basically lead capture tracking, right? So how to effectively capture leads from multiple sources like your website, social media, your referrals. Let's look at that, right? Because and I'm going to breeze over this, and then in other sessions, we will go deeper into each one of these facets, okay? So with that said, let's go ahead and save something so I don't. So with that said, you can do a couple of things when it comes to effectively capturing leads. So there's something called a lead magnet. You could have a brochure. You could have many different online digital kind of products, and you can offer those. And you can so if you don't have, resources or a lot of money to purchase a lot of different tools, then, Google's going to help you with this one, right? So under My Connections, right, this is where we would create a lead magnet for a website. And this is where we're going to go, right? Your connections, we're going to hit website. And you're going to see here, not only can you connect, obviously IDX to your CRM to do home searches and that kind of stuff. But with this, generate an API key and copy it, you'll be able to build your own contact form. Now, with this contact form, this is where you've got to, think out of the box, get creative, right? So with this redirect URL is where you could redirect this to the PDF in which you want, like to where you could download it, or the book that you have. So once they agree to give their information, right? And here, all you have to do is essentially check what information you want to capture. If you don't like first name, you can obviously, change that to something else, like just name if you wanted. What else? Email, you could put main email if you wanted to, best phone if you wanted to change any of these words. You just simply just go in here and best phone number. And then when you build your form, you're going to see that shows up here that you're asking for the best phone number, right? That kind of thing. So these all can be edited. This is just a free preview of the form. So it's a matter of you just checking it. You can also check these boxes if what we're talking about is a form for capturing possibly, what they're looking for, that kind of thing. So let's say you have a place on your website or on another web page, which is to capture information. You could totally build this form and customize these questions to your liking. But if you needed to turn this into a lead magnet, you could, right? Using the redirect to the download, you could show a header note, and here is where you could explain more of the details, right? And then the submit button, you can change the title to that. So everything here is customizable, and this will help you create again code, right? So you could have this form to put into websites. So this is for websites. Now in the topic of tracking, you could have different lead magnets for different digital products. Let's say you have 3 different books. Well, you would need 3 different of these. So you would want to track it, right? So we've got the referral source. So if this is like a book, you could call this digital book download, sign up form or something along those lines. And you could select that as an option, right? So let's just call it online. So when somebody submits and adds their information, it gives them this referral source. We've got a buyer or seller category, which if you had more categories, you could, if somebody signed up from this link, you could set that category. Group is like a sphere, right? So if you had a sphere specifically, you could have that added as well. So when the person gives their information and submits it, it also adds this information to our system onto the contact, allowing you to be able to track, right? So this is a strategy to track, and then we can look at how we can manage it when we get to and we discuss, where we would discuss a sales funnel. But essentially, creating this form is for websites or anything that accepts HTML code. So you could build one for like a landing page and QR code that landing page and create a sticker for your information, right? Like having like a digital business card per se. And if people, you could have a sticker that says looking for a realtor and nice little QR code. Boom, someone snags that up, gets to this form, fills out their information. Your CRM is now notified, right? Because it has a new contact. And if you use any of these tracking fields, you could use those also as triggers and it could start off an action plan, right? So immediately, you could get the ball rolling, getting them content, getting them information, access to you. And so this can be used for a handful of things, which in other episodes, that's what we're going to take deeper dives. And so this is huge, right? Now, when discussing social media, we have a place for social medias, but for the most part, it's Facebook, right? So you can, with your profile, connect a Facebook account. And when I mean connect a Facebook account, you will be able to, if somebody replies to a message or replies to a post or sends you a message, that person, that contact information will get pulled into your CRM. Now, you will be able to now build onto that contact, but you're still through Facebook going to have to go out, introduce yourself, engage the individual, try to get a phone number, try to get an email so that you could send them more information. Or it's better maybe, hey, when's a good time to meet with you? And then you can ask those kind of information in front of them. But we can get leads to come in through Facebook. So when they do come in through Facebook, they're going to be labeled through Facebook, Instagram, I think, and you'll be able to track those. You'll also be able to do the triggering as well. If you want to start off action plans, you'll be able to do that as well. And let's talk about like managing this, right? And possibly the topic of a sales funnel, right? So in your categories, we've got this buyer seller category, and we've got this relationship status. Now, with other people that use our CRM that are heavy in sales, they have a different use for the CRM. Obviously, they want to track everything, real similar to real estate agents, but they work a little bit different because it's all about sales. And obviously, for one sale is an equivalent to one sale that they make over here. Realtors could make thousands of dollars on just one sale. These other people using the CRM make $50, $90, $100 per sale. So they obviously have to do more sales to get to a real estate agent's per sale number. However, they use it to where they have identified people who are in different stages within their sales funnel. And they have those categories built into these two, right? These are only pick one, but you can have many different. And so that means you could set up a 1 through 5 sales funnel. And if somebody, starts as a 1, ends as a 5, which is a deal, and it follows your steps, that's essentially what you want to create and you want to put into the system. Everybody is really different. When I've spoken to agents, everybody has their own madness to it. Some agents have people grouped, like they identify their past clients, they identify the clients that they have done not so many deals with, they identify ones that they have many deals with, and they have platinum, gold, bronze, silver kind of categories. They use those same categories to market to send out newsletters, to send out opportunities, of homes and things like that. He also follows up with those demographic groups, right? Obviously, the ones that have sent him more deals and that are more higher up on the food chain. Of course, he's following up with them, and he has his ways of keeping in touch. So I've seen many different uses of the CRM, but have yet to see one with like a sales flow kind of concept to help them track them. However, everybody runs their CRM as they wish. So what I could say is maybe to what I don't understand and I don't see a flow, for you, it's 100% a flow. And since I don't work as a real estate agent, I really can't voice my opinion on, what are the stages. Just really, I voice my opinion on what I've seen with other agents. And so everybody's different. That's a true statement. However, this is where you would be building that sales funnel, right? Making sure nobody's falling through the cracks, and that everybody is um, being taken care of. Okay, so with that as a discussion, right? You're going to have leads coming in through these sales funnel. Sorry, not sales funnels, but these lead magnets that you've created. I've seen people use the lead magnets in the website that I just showed you how to create your own form for open houses, and then they take the site and they get a QR code and they get one of those one of those kind of bar menus, and they print up something nice and they put a nice little flower arrangement outside, and no longer people have to sign in with the physical book. They just scan the code and then they can sign into this, and then this will capture their information and put them in the system as a contact that showed up to that open house. So now you can begin to track who's showing up, what contacts are showing up to your open house. You can do it digitally. You'll get their information, most likely no mistakes, right? It's not handwriting. It's not, somebody scribbling into a book. So that definitely, I feel, has to help people. But if you have any, special needs that you might think that this might work for you, please reach out to me. You've got my information here on my little screen. But would love to see what you're trying to do and obviously make it happen. So with all of those leads coming in with groups and with these spheres, right, with these different tags and badges, being part of these different categories, it allows you in action plans, right, to trigger off of those. So this is where you would step into any type of like automation, right? So just to look at this Thanksgiving one, but we want to talk about the triggering plans. We can either use this advanced option, which will give us obviously a lot more advanced options to do so. But if we were to, add a next condition, we have access to birthday date, right? Is it today? Is it on? Is it a day ago? So there's many different, is it empty? Is it full? Many different categories that you can utilize. Here's the buyer and seller. Here is group. And with group, it has values. So you can then select, right, the appropriate value that will start off the appropriate communication based off of if it was a download for open house, or if it was a sign up from from like a sticker that you have that you built a landing page for people. If they need a realtor when they're out and about, they could just scan your little QR code on the back of your window, and boom, now they're in touch with you. Right? So you could have all of those different lead magnets set up and triggered differently so that when these things happen, you're obviously on top of it. And that is a little bit of automating, right? And where an agent wants to get, because just imagine having to, now I got to go write and I got to send a message. Let's say you didn't have it written out, you didn't have any of this thought out, you would have to build it live. That's a huge waste of an agent's time, and right, not possible. So doing these types of automations, having all of like these communications set up and lined up would definitely benefit an agent 100%. So, you know, that's going to ensure people are not falling through the cracks. 100%. And then, right, so if we're talking about follow-ups, like the only way you can have conversations is if you contact people, right? And through those same groups and things that are added when the person initiates through the lead magnet, right? You could set up filters that are using those categories like the buyer and seller, like the relationship status, right? Like what is it, the group, right? So based off on all of these, you could have different views saved so that what you're doing is you're going to those groups and you're reviewing. And if you had columns, right, to where you could see what kind of text messages have gone out to the people, what kind of emails have gone out, maybe what kind of action plans you're using, what's their group, what is their relationship status. You got referral, maybe referral, the more additional information there. And then let's see what else, maybe something in comments. There's the buyer and seller. So having all of this and setting up a filter, right, so that you can see these different groups, that is key, right, to not having to forget what filters did I use, and have to go back to the action plan to see what, so then you can come filter here. You might as well, once it's fresh, you know, the action plan, come over here, make the filter, and now all you have to do is just click one of these views and go back to the group of people that you needed to look at, and then you can go, okay, well, let me look at Charles, and then you've got all the information on Charles, any of the notes that you've saved, any email that you've sent to this gentleman, it's all at your fingertips, right? So that's how you are going to obviously stay on top of, you know, your leads, and people aren't going to fall through the cracks. And so let's see, when dealing with the CRM role, right, and streamlining the lead management, the CRM definitely, right, can be a centralized place for all your data. Integrating these types of tools, well, not tools, but integrating these kinds of, like, your Facebook, your Facebook, social media, having your website, creating these kinds of forms is what's going to, those types of tools, right? Marketing tools is what's going to help you expand, get out there, really kind of, you know, push the envelope, but do it in a way in which it's not you running around like a chicken with your head cut off, right? And so that is the objective, right? To leverage technology for yourself and to utilize it in a way in which you're only focusing on the cream. When you come to your CRM, you're going to be able to break down and have views that highlight the people that you're working with currently, right? So that you have their information if you need to send it to somebody, if you need to send them an email. With that said, you know, you've got templates. So you need a template as much as your information, as much as your consistent communication for all the things, right? They need to be saved in your template messages so that you could just quickly pick, send. If you need to CC more people onto the communication, you can, but for you to communicate is not a challenge. What if you need to communicate to everybody, right? So it's going to help you that you have a system that you're going to be able to put a group together. What if you have your team contacts here and you needed to send a message to everybody that you need everybody looking sharp because you have an event that you need to take and you want to possibly, you know, present your team to a huge development, and this could mean money for everybody, but you don't have time to send a text to each one of these people, right? You may have group chats, you may have things already set up, but what if it's about getting a document out to everybody? What if it's about, you know, doing real work, which this could definitely help somebody get the job done, right? And so when it comes to real life examples, I've got people using it for open houses, and they like the feature, right? They've got to make only a couple of adjustments to the form for the next open house. However, people are coming straight into their CRM with little to no resistance, which is a good thing. I can tell you people have used this for events that they go to by creating a form for people to sign up and to meet them. They've put a QR code of the page on the shirt. They've had it on business cards. They passed them out. They give little stickers out so people can QR code them. And then all of a sudden they get into their system. That saved somebody going to a conference hours of having to enter in data. She simply just partied her socks off, came home after meeting a bunch of people, after her having a bunch of business cards of other people. She had all of their contacts sign up and sign in with their details. She didn't have to, um, do a lot of manual data entry, just the people that maybe shared a phone card, a business card with her. But the rest of the people, she was able to get them to sign up, and it had an action plan connected to it. So not only it welcomed the people, it also dropped information, like, dropped emails to them periodically. It also had follow-ups for her to follow up with the agents to see how they've been doing. And, you know, um, those are some of the real life cases that I've seen people. And then with the other people, the other group of sales people that use our system, they use them for lead magnets, for PDFs and products that they have access to give to people to inform them and to teach them. And so uh, those are all real helpful things that our system can help you guys with. I hate to cut it short on this one. However, I just had these topics planned. There's a lot of things that I do have planned for the up and coming future. However, we will take a little bit more deeper dives into things, but for the moment, I wanted to discuss these couple of things when it comes to, creating lead magnets, bringing in these leads in a way that is a lot easier, not time consuming for yourself, and automating action plans, and utilizing those, leveraging those as well. That way, speed to lead is taken care of. But yeah, so I definitely thank everybody for tuning in. Remember, hit the subscribe button. Also, check notification. That way, you get informed of every video that we post. And it's a pleasure. I thank you guys, and we'll be talking. All righty. Bye-bye now.